I like that. I like that look. Elena, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yeah, it looks good.
What day is it? What day is it? Tuesday?
Hey, love.
Oh, we got Larry, Delroy, Eric, Holly. Oh, Nancy. Look at that. Hello, hello, hello. So I went live today. I said I was Q&A tonight. Little quick one. Got some stuff to cover with you. LIB, you got more. You got more years than me, and you never mind talking to me about it. And you have more of a reach out to people, and that is perfect.
Yeah.
And right now, you know me. I always try to be honest, give everybody the truth of what we're finding. And I spend a lot of time at this computer looking for answers. And right now I'm getting mixed answers. Magnetic anomalies in Ohio.
It's an interesting terminology.
Yeah, very, 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 very. Now, I don't know if anybody's brung this up to you in the past. Sorry, everyone, we're getting right into it. I don't want to waste everybody's time. And I don't think I'm wasting everybody's time, but knowledge. I want to get it out there as fast as possible, let you all sit on it and think about it, because it's going to take all of us, the way I see it. But magnetic anomalies with the things that are going on already in the area, high RF, you got different radiation levels. We're getting battery drainage. Like today, I went out 2 packs full, 100% camera. Good thing I had a backup, or I would have been on filming. Drained. I got down there by the hair, grabbed the hair, went like this with it, and then all of a sudden I heard something in the distance. It seemed far away. I looked up, looked back, and it said powering down. I was like, oh, that's all right. I got another battery. Maybe it's the cold. Took it, plugged it in, and that battery pack's flashing empty. I was like, okay, grab myself.
Yeah.
This is the camera.
You'll hear that a lot, that the cold drains batteries and stuff, but it doesn't necessarily. Like it depends what you're dealing with. Now, when with our flashlights and stuff, like, it shouldn't affect it, because they're like those big heavy duty like lithium batteries, right? So, like, for instance, like my Warrior 3 like mini, it's been in my car since I left your house, and I used it this morning, and it was full. So it spent countless freezing nights out in the car, and it's still at full power, right? So there's certain ones that won't be affected at all, and there are certain ones that will be by the cold. So you do have to look at that to an extent, but you know, it's not like you're gonna take something out that's fully charged and it's just gonna die because it's cold out. That's not really, so, but power banks like that, that's a different story, you know what I mean? But again, if they're fully charged when you're going out, they shouldn't die from the cold while you're out there. It's not a long enough period of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, for it to be affected. So there has to be something else going on.
Right.
Now, I mean, I know the angles of the way that things are coming from, some of these energy-based beings like Bigfoot that are doing things can do things to the equipment or can choose not to one way or another, right? But now you've said you found another angle. So this is where I'm interested in hearing, because it's important. It's important to look at things from all sides. So if we find something that could be that could be what's happening, right? So we have to pay attention to these things.
Right. Now, I was looking up some things sitting here for the last couple hours. I'll get this out real quick. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for being here. Sorry, I just jumped right into it. Sally Joe, Heather, let's see, B3, Karen. Who else did we miss? John, VM. I think we got everybody, and then I waved hi to everybody. Art. Sorry, jumping right in and getting this knocked out for everybody.
Yeah. So let's make it make sense. So what are you saying exactly? Like, what have you found so far?
Okay, so with this magnetic anomalies in Ohio, now there's where we're sitting at, it shows on the map that it's really strong. There's a really strong pull.
Okay.
Now, the effect it has, I'm not sure yet. But I'm reading things like trees that are facing towards the forest show more magnetic than the other side facing towards a road. Okay, and then they're saying that they're going down 3 inches deep into the soil and they're showing a higher magnetic pull than something facing towards the road. So everything towards the forest seems like it has more magnetic in it. But then when you change up the wording and search, like how much magnetism, just say that's in a forest, and it kind of gives you a reverse answer. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's taking you down another road after it told you that there's a bunch here, but then,
Yeah. Is that Bella?
Yeah. She wants to Come here. Don't be shy. Come on, get in here.
I love that dog.
Oh, there we go. She's going to be a partner.
She's such a mush.
She wants to be the show partner. She's like, oh, daddy.
She's like, I hear that guy that was here.
Yeah. So we know magnets have I don't think they have no effect on a battery per se. Like if you take a magnet, stick it next to a battery. I think electronics are pretty well caught up. That I don't know, but I'm thinking that it doesn't, if we stuck a magnet to a phone, I don't think it should ruin it.
It would. It might. Yeah, it might affect it in different ways. I really don't know how it would do it. It might do like it might discombobble it a bit in a sense. I don't know. Maybe that would just affect the battery itself. I'm not sure. I don't know the inner workings of different equipment. I'm by no means a tech savvy guy.
Yeah, me neither.
I reached out to my botany guy and asked him what he could, get for us. He has countless numbers of books, right? So he's going to dig in because books, that's one reason I go to him. He's been around them forever. He knows what he knows, but he also has books. And nowadays we have, everybody goes to Google for everything, right? And it's just natural. It's just a natural thing. But you always have to look at what your source is. Even when you're watching the news and stuff, I challenge my mother with this all the time. She'll be like, didn't you see what the news said? And I'll say, what was the source? Because you don't know. Because they may say, this thing will kill you according to scientists. And maybe it's 3 scientists that they paid for $2,000 each to. You have to look at the fine print.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like, this is important. And we asked 100 people. Where did you ask 100 people? Was it, you get my drift. So sources can be important, and that's the one reason I really love a book, because it's properly sourced.
Right. Right. Corky says ley lines. Now, Ohio's ley lines are very close to the Lake Erie side, very high north and south of these areas. So that's more, the ley lines are more in T-Max area, and the ley line south is more in Moose's area. So they don't cross in the areas that we're in. That's good though. I mean,
yeah, it is good. The ley lines, are ley lines natural? I never even really dug into ley lines. I hear people talk about it all the time.
Yeah, but, they're natural.
Yeah, they're natural. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure there's more other things out there similar to ley lines that aren't that aren't ones that stretch all the way across, or whatever the case may be. And now when I show you some of those things, that like those structures, and I show you them all, and they're bent and tucked and snapped and this and that, and they're all interconnected and things like that. Now a lot of them are connected even when you don't physically see it, through that mycelium network of underbrush. So there's like a whole circuit board, or in a sense, out there in the forest, and them using sacred geometry, they're piecing it back together. You know what I mean? Because it's perfectly snapped at a point to come down to touch the next one, and you know what I mean. And that's not done with a ruler and a level, and you know what I mean. It's just like right. It's in them. They're doing it. These aren't. It's amazing when you really step back and think about it. It really is amazing.
Right. It's just man, it's like how is this happening? Like,
but for them to title it a magnetic anomaly,
right,
that interests me, because there's probably something there that they're not really wanting to label or state or give you an answer to. You have a multimeter, right?
Yes, I have a multimeter. Yeah.
Does it have the magnetic one on it? No? Okay, so I'm gonna have to show you the one I have, because mine reads magnetic weighted, electric weighted, and then radio frequency and I don't know if it's radio frequency weighted, but it does weighted magnetic and regular magnetic. Those are the first two notches, and I've actually seen it where I feel energy, and I put on, I go right to radio frequency, and it's nothing, but I go back and kind of see what the other ones are. And it's weird. Sometimes there's weird spots where there is a high magnetic reading. And I'm like, why is it coming off of that tree or that? And it tends to be trees that have mounds too, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. Now, Nancy, that's funny that you said that, because Ohio, this part of Ohio is really rich in quartz. I mean, there's other stone here, but it's really rich in quartz. I mean, I know a place where we can go right now and have a whole bucket full. So, with that being said, in this area, does the magnetic anomalies mess with the quartz's frequencies? You know what I'm saying? There's a whole list of
yeah.
It's like you're knocking over a domino and then tick, 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 down the line.
Yeah. Well, that's I don't know if Scotty B made it in chat, but he's been with me since day one, pretty much, and he's been my house rock and plant expert, and I've learned so much from him along the way. And anytime I have a question about anything, I go to him, with stuff like that. And I'm sure along the way we can get some more answers. But if anybody else has any ideas or answers about this, you know me, I've always tried to hold back my input, because I
Yeah.
want you to naturally uncover things and think for yourself, and then figure
Right.
shit out for yourself, because I don't want to persuade you or put preconceived notions on you. And this is something that may have been missed otherwise, because I never picked up on this. If I did, I skipped right over it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's and it just made me think, from being out there and going, how in the hell did I just lose 2 battery packs and a fully charged camera?
yeah,
You know, it, and I know, man, I know things could get crazy and we could just chalk it up to, Bigfoot or another dimension. But man, I want to we got to get deeper than that, because we're going to get the same answers years down the line. So, my thought is, I'm here right now. I'm doing this. Let's grab some answers. If someone else is out there doing it and they got another channel that's doing it, let's all work together and try to see what's going on.
yeah.
Yeah. Compass. I've taken a compass out there and I used it today, and the compass didn't act up. I had one spot by the caves where it did get a little weird, but that was only for like 2 seconds. And I don't know if it was the terrain, it's going to have to be something that we set down flat and level and then see if it acts up, because I was walking. You want to be on camera? Come on, get in here. There you are. Oh, now you want to be on camera. Okay, now he wants to be on camera. Aye.
Oh, you got them both on the loose. Blue.
Yeah, so man, if somebody knows.
Good luck with that. Yeah, I might be coming back for Bella soon.
She got a new jacket today.
I saw. It was great. That was great.
Yeah, new jacket. Yeah. Magnetic anomalies, and everybody's got them. I sent you a link to where New York talks about theirs.
Well, most definitely, yeah. Like Long Island itself is like basically there's a bunch of glacial ridges and stuff, and basically it's one big glacier, I guess. It was pushed out here, however it works. But you got to look at all these things, and maybe near the caves, maybe there's some kind of like rock or stone element, whatever, in there too, or it could. There's so many things that can affect different shit, and you have to really know quite a bit. And
absolutely,
it goes back down to knowing the animals in your area, and what kind of prints they make, and something I've been seeing recently is people like looking at prints in the snow and thinking it's something else, because and I don't come along to be the Debbie Downer, but it's just like I've learned along the way how snow reacts. You know what I mean? And if you stand in it for a period of time, if you hit it at an angle, if you know what I mean, if you step in it and walk away, over time it does different things, and that's why it's really important. No matter what you get, if you only have a camera, you can't take a video or whatever. Like, take pictures of the surrounding area. The more you have to work with, the better. If you can make a size to scale, that's better too. But I mean, like even down in Florida, we stepped out of the vehicle in the middle of Ocala Forest, and it felt like we stepped in shit, literally, like in a good way. Like we were like, wow, like, and there was no way a person was out here. And we're looking, and it looks like human footprints, and we're like, wow. And then I hear Stevie B on the other side of the truck, wow, she's screaming, and me and Russell, we're like, we're going ape shit. And then we realize we're 2 minutes at best behind a bear that is double stepping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it looked like a human footprint or something, but humans wouldn't walk around there barefoot. They'd have to be out of their mind. But yeah, that was my lesson on the bear double step. I've always heard about it, but I never saw one.
Yeah. Nancy says, does static electricity in dry, cold weather affect battery drains? It could, but I would think that your electronic is set up for that already, that would disperse that. I would think. I'm not sure. I'm not a guru. Was there any EMF when your battery got drained? No, everything was normal. All the readings were normal. I did the readings. All of it was normal. I mean, there was a little bit, there was fluctuation in the RF, but I mean, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, there's always going to be, some people make a big deal about it if it moves at all, you know what I mean? But it absolutely will move. Just, if you spin in a circle, it'll move. Like, it'll go up to 1 or 2 sometimes, So unless, because I've even seen it on Skinwalker Ranch, they were like going crazy and we have to get out of here. This is nuts. And I'm looking like close at the TV to what their readings were. And in the top, well, I have the one that they have, and in the top it says peak, and it tells you what it peaked at. And they weren't peaking above 6. And I've been in spots where it's peaking at 13, 15, 20. And I mean, this thing's like that, like going nuts.
Yep.
And I'm thinking to myself, you were spending all this money, and then you get something that goes, gives you a result, and then you run from it. Like, it's kind of counterproductive, no?
Right. Yeah, I set mine. I look at what the normal Ohio reading is for RF, and I set it above that limit. So we peak around from anywhere from 6 to 15.
Yeah, well, 15 is really high. Like, that's really high,
Yeah.
Pretty much anything over 2 or 3 is abnormal. But, if you're going into the, 5, 6, 7, anything in there even steady is really weird. But if you're going anything double digits, it's wild. That's huge,
Yeah. Heather says it could be a Bigfoot telling you that they're really close to you. It could be.
Well, that's the angle I can talk about. I could speak to those angles, right? I could speak to the energy-based beings that will take things from you, but like I can't see one just coming up and sucking you dry. You know what I mean? For no reason. But
Sally, she just hates that I'm sitting here and not paying attention to her.
It's odd to me that it happened in the area where Junior got pushed over. You know what I'm saying? So, and I do believe in that video you had your hand on a tree and say you felt something off, or no, something not good or whatever. So maybe there was something there that did want to drain your batteries. Who knows? Maybe it was trying to drain you and it couldn't get to you, and I don't know. I don't know. But again,
I was thinking the same thing, and that's why I left my hand on the tree longer, and I was like, maybe it can't get to me, and I believe I even said that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's tough. It's a tough call.
Yeah.
Those are things that you can't speak on. You could speak on, but I can't prove it to anybody. So they could just look at me and say, shut up, or, oh, wow, so it could go either way, but I can only speak to the facts that, I mean, can I prove them? No, not necessarily. But I mean, if it's an overcast day and you want to find a Sasquatch, I mean, they can't take from the sun. They can't take natural energy from the sun. You're going to find them at a power line that day, or near a railroad that day, or near a river that day, or whatever. Right. And like, I mean, You know, ignore me if you want to, but like I tell people all the time, I can give you the key, but you can put 90% of people will just keep walking their head into the door instead of putting the key in the lock, you know. And I'm not saying, I'm not trying to sound cocky like I have all the answers, but when
Right.
we confidently will tell you this is something we figured out here, you know.
Right.
And otherwise we'll put our hands up and say, I don't know.
Right. Quirky says, I believe it's all paranormal. Absolutely. It's all
Oh
paranormal.
yeah.
Anything that's not normal is paranormal. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it shouldn't even be separated.
Right.
Honestly, it's pretty much all natural stuff. Like it's just like we've created all these unnatural things.
Yeah, it could be true. Ricky says, I think the battery drained Bigfoot. Yep. Flicking the finger.
Let me see if I can find my EMF reader real quick. It might be in my car. Let me just look real quick, bro.
All right. Yeah. See, these are made. These right here are made for being outdoors, and these have a minus temperature on it. I believe it's like it starts getting interrupted at minus 50. And it's protected. It's still cold, but it's leaning against my chest. So, you know, in a bag, and two of them, it's not going to drain. I mean, it drained pretty quick. I mean, they were like bam, bam, and then the camera, bam. I mean, luckily, and then my phone was full and it got knocked down to like 40%. So
that used to happen to me quite a bit in the very beginning.
Yeah.
Not in just the very beginning, but just, you know, and it was certain areas and certain spots, and I didn't really learn till later that it was like, I call it like cryptid community central. It's like the equivalent to like a supermarket or like a Grand Central Station or something, or whatever, an airport, where there's a lot of people, you know, in the same spot, and a lot of things and a lot of different things happening and a lot of goings on that might not crisscross regularly. And those tend to be the areas where kind of like your technology doesn't survive.
Yeah.
But this is the one I use. It's called a tri-field meter.
Tri-field meter. Yeah.
Yeah, and on here it has, so there's your RF, the red, and then it has electric, weighted electric,
weighted mag. Yeah.
Yeah, weighted magnetic, and then regular magnetic. So like you just basically, and you can have it on noise or no noise. But like if you want to just wear it on your pack here or whatever, like, and not watch it, then you can hear, you know, you hear it, it'll go, you know, and you know something happened. But like, so that's magnetic. It's just sitting at 0.5, sitting here. But again, up here in the corner, it'll show you a peak number.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, because these numbers go so fast. So every like 3 or 4 seconds, it'll give you a peak number. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, it's a pretty good tool. Like if you're, you know, trying to, because for the longest time I was like feeling energies and just following energies and just, you know, I would say, hey, I feel something strong here, and then like, you know, and a lot of times things would happen or whatever, but it was hard for a lot of people to follow through via the camera, you know what I mean? And then somebody, I think it was Jimbo, sent me this, and he was like, hey bro, try this out, you know. And he sent me a few things along the way, had me test out some different things, like even a dog whistle once. You know, we can't hear him, but like he's like, go out and blow a dog whistle, see what happens, see what kind of reaction you get. Didn't really feel like I was getting a good reaction, but so I stopped. But I have a drum. I play a harmonica sometimes, not well, but whatever.
Right.
And I do a lot of different things. A lot of different things. She's crazy.
She's licking the mic.
She's crazy.
Oh, Bella. Jeez.
Yeah, when she wants something, she wants something. When she wants that loving, yeah. She did that. I had like claw marks down me from her just doing her paw thing. Like
yeah. Yeah. So this is something I want to figure out. If y'all want to come with me on that and help me out on this, and
yeah, the more info, the better.
North and south, and so ley lines are kind of out for this area. T-Mac has the ley lines up by him, and Moose has a ley line down by him. So we have a quartz crystal. Man, and all that mixing in with the power lines, the energy from the forest, the trees. Then you got the running, the rivers and streams and
yes, yeah, and then when it rains sometimes, or something I picked up on is when it rains or if it's snowing and stuff, it's actually like it's almost like a filler of energeticness, right? Like the precipitation. It's hard to explain, right? Because there is spacing between them, but it kind of it's really hard to explain.
yeah,
it's really hard to explain.
But like these are the questions I want to find out. The big picture is why. If we can figure this out, they probably know. The government probably knows. The scientists probably know, but they're not, they're not putting it out there. Just like,
I agree. Yeah, I mean, I respect it because you could have just jumped into it and made a video and said, Wendigo came after me and sucked me dry, and but you're actually doing the right work, which is, and I look. It's fine to do that too, because sometimes that's how you feel, like something just personally attacked you or something just personally took from you or whatever, and like you feel like something happened out there, and but there's maybe sometimes there's a natural answer for it, and if there is, let's find out, right? Like,
right. Could help us all.
Sure, why not? Because I don't really have that problem. I have, but I don't really have that problem when I go out. My shit doesn't just die.
Right.
Like it just doesn't, and it did. And when I went out with you, it actually did. When we were in Cuyahoga, my flashlight ran out. It didn't all the way die, but it was running real low and for no good reason. So, there's something going on.
Yeah. I mean, if it's easy to explain, then we would know. Then, we could prepare for it. I don't think it's going to be an easy thing. I think, I always said Ohio is a strange place in itself, running water, going different ways, and, how much quartz crystal is here.
Ohio was, oh man, I did a show with Jessica Jones, and somebody came in the chat and said, when we were talking about the Ohio trip, and somebody came in the chat and said Ohio is named after, I forget what he said, but I believe it was a giant named like Ohio or something like that.
Yeah. I'm going to dig deeper into it. I don't know if there's any other Bigfoot investigators or paranormal investigators that thought of this before or think about it, but maybe, this magnetism thing is anomaly, you know, has something big to do with something. Mm-hmm. Mix it in with all the other stuff.
Yeah, it's just a drop in the ocean. But I told you, if you have something, questions, curiosities, like, we'll try to figure them out. If I can help, I'll help. I'll outreach and see what I could do. And um, like the easy answer you're gonna get from people is Bigfoot did it, but I mean that's not. We're looking for alternatives to that, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe there's something natural to it. Maybe there's not.
Yeah,
It's all wrapped in there. I'd rather have a bunch of answers than no answers.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. They head us somewhere in some right direction. I mean, for years we all been fighting to find evidence. I mean, tracks and stuff is good, and let's get some of the bigger questions answered. That's what I want.
Well, damn well they'll. If Sasquatch doesn't want you to find them and they see you out there and that you follow tracks, they will walk you in circles for fun. Like, they will walk you in circles. Just
Absolutely.
Literally, they will walk you in circles.
That happened to us when we first started.
Yeah.
Tree knock over here, we go over there. They tree knock back over here, we go over there. A tree knock back over here. It was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta until you tap in, you can't really tell necessarily what it. Yeah, it takes time, man. It takes time. I had to learn, like in the beginning, I had to learn to ignore those things. When I was locked in on something amazing and I would hear, something that way, I had to learn to ignore it. You know what I mean? And stay focused on what I was on, because when you turn and look and come back, something not amazing is there. Nothing's there. It's like,
right.
So sometimes it is a look at the birdie scenario. Like, yeah.
T-Mac says, I have a question for you. I have heard that when men are out, these things will only
antagonize
whoever. Women and children will get better sightings. Well, I can tell you, we tested that out. We took women out with us, and we had women do the calls, T-Mac. And I'll tell you what, it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. We have that on video. We actually had to get the women out of there.
Yeah.
I did the crying little kid out in the forest, and that wasn't good at all either.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on what kind of energy you bring. You know what I mean? Like, that's all there is to it. Like, I mean, man, women, or child, if you come out there like disrespectful and rowdy and kicking bunnies and snapping twigs and shooting squirrels, and you ain't gonna get nowhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it just is what it is.
Right.
But I see what he's saying. Like, I could see where that would come from. Like maybe they would get it because they have but you just have to learn how to get into that, softer vibration, if you will.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
I guess that's the best way to put it.
Yeah, Georgia, and I've heard a lot of stories like that. The Bigfoot like to play with us. It's funny to them. Oh, absolutely. I think ghosts and when.
Yeah, anything. They were doing it to you and I.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like for instance, I had a guy camping out one night, and he was you know, he's been out with me in the day a lot, but we were up on this mountain and we were the only ones out there, and I had a few fire pits going, so we had a big area of sight, you know, at least for camp as far as camp goes. And we had been hearing a lot of stuff or whatever, and they were listening to everything the whole time, you know, and I was just like, they're out there right now listening to everything you're saying. And he's like, oh yeah, whatever, and I'm like, watch. I'm like, just watch. So I take an apple, I grab an apple, and I take it, and I heave it as far as I can, which is probably what, you know, 50 feet or whatever. And I'm not Nolan Ryan, and you hear it hit a tree, and it explodes, falls to the ground. No sooner than we finish hearing the apple pieces fall to the ground, these two rocks come flying into camp, and he's standing 2 feet from me. You know, we're standing side by side looking this way, and from this way, you know, from off to the right, come two rocks, and they land. One lands in front of my feet, and one lands in front of his feet.
Wow.
And yeah, so mind you, too, I don't even know how you pull this off, because if you throw something like that, it, in essence, should roll. You know what I mean? With that kind of trajectory and speed and the way how loudly they thudded, you know, enough for us to look down. They stopped dead in their tracks at our feet. So they had full control from the minute they threw it to the minute it landed. You know what I'm saying? And but it was like, you know, told you they were out there type thing. And it was a long, eventful night. I actually ended up going to sleep, but anyway, the point was they loved messing with him that night because he was new. They knew he was new. They were having a field day with him. I mean, a field day, like, and we still joke about it to this day. But at sunrise, he was gone, boy.
Yeah, I bet. Andy, hello.
Even when I was with you, they were being pretty playful.
Oh yeah, they love new guys, man. It's like when I bring it could be bad or it could be good. If you're scared, they're gonna give it to you. They're gonna give it to you, and I think that's what Junior got. You know, he was hearing things. We were hearing things really close. You get nervous, and then,
yeah,
you know, it was a lesson. They wanted to see if he would pass.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not easy not to show fear sometimes. Like when I'm camping alone in the middle of nowhere, like even if it's not even in the middle of nowhere, sometimes that's actually scarier when there's possibility of humans, because that's my biggest fear, honestly.
Yeah.
My biggest fear is the possibility of a human coming into my camp or humans.
Yeah. Yeah. I hate being way out there and, you know, being alone and being miles and miles away. And then, you know, like miles from a hiking trail, normal hiking trail, you know, and running into a human. That's my biggest fear. You know?
Yeah. What's up, you guys?
Thank you.
10 memberships, nice.
Yeah.
Can
you guys take over real quick? I'm gonna go let her out. And
yeah, do your thing, bro.
Hold it down real quick. All right.
Yeah.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got you.
All right, hold it down real quick. I'll be right back.
All right. I'm gonna pull up the comments, I guess, which I don't normally do. Thank you for the 10 gifts, by the way. Mr. Wonderful, what's up, buddy?
Not much. Just been really cold today.
Really cold?
Yeah, it's been like, I think all day it's been like 19, and then with the wind chill, I think it's like 5.
Yeah, I think that's cold. Yeah, that's cold. I was actually surprised that you're up north of them, right?
Yeah, I'm in Michigan. Yeah.
Michigan, okay, yeah. Yeah, that you're like me. Like you got wind off the lake.
Yeah, we get a lot of lake effect.
Yeah, the damn that's the worst part about being on an island, bro. It's like you get wind like crazy all winter.
Yeah.
You beg for a breeze in the summer, but it just doesn't come.
I mean, the worst thing too is when you do get the wind, and then all of a sudden that wind turns into it doesn't help because you're still like in that very humid day,
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
it's like, oh boy.
Yeah, humidity is one of those things where you could go and find some shade and and you're good. It's still humid.
Exactly. Ugh. Honestly,
Jeffrey, hello.
I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it because it was acting really weird for me to even join. It kept on saying this wasn't authorized, and then it said that Google wasn't even allowed.
Oh yeah, I ignored the cookies and stuff. It was weird.
And it wasn't. It didn't even say. It didn't even give me the option to do the cookie thing either. It just said, like, this is we no longer have authorization for this, and it's like, what?
Oh yeah, that happened to me last time I came on. Andy, welcome. We're glad you found us, buddy. Jack has a great channel here. I think you'll like it.
Mm-hmm.
Gypsy, you never carried sidearms unless humans were around. I hear that. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just been kind of I mean, it's fun watching my Bills do their thing. Hopefully, we can beat the Ravens this week.
Football. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't. I haven't watched in many years. Actually, probably like. I mean, I shouldn't say I haven't watched it a lot. I watch here and there. I do love it. I just I don't know. It's disappointing. I'm a Giants fan, or I was, but the Bills are doing great. I'm happy for them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, especially when people didn't even think that we were gonna be doing this great.
That
We,
that
lo- we
that
I mean, we just lost a lot of people on offense, and now we're turning it around.
that QB is a playmaker, though. He's good.
Yeah, but people don't want to give him his credit.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. He's fine. He's as good as it gets. He's up there with Mahomes and
Oh, for sure.
the Bengals guy. If not, yeah, he'll
Sorry
get.
about that.
No, you're good. He'll get his money, and if they don't make him the franchise, I don't know what they're
I
doing.
think he already is.
Yeah, they better.
100%. He's the franchise. He's the whole team,
Yeah.
basically.
Back to topic.
What?
Sorry. How you doing?
It's okay.
I'm doing good.
Huh?
I'm doing good.
Good. Good. You ready to get out there? I need you up in Michigan to do me a favor.
What do you need me to do?
You got an RF reader? You need to give me a list
There's a,
of tools you need.
we might have one.
Tri-field.
Tri-field meter.
We might have one somewhere.
Just get this one. This is the best bet. I mean, I've. What kind of battery does it take? Whatever that thing is, and I've never changed it once, and I've been using it for years.
9
Uh,
volt.
yeah, I workaholic. Whatever it came with, whatever battery it came with, it's still going.
That's wicked.
Good night, Sally Joe.
Take it easy, Sally. What? Pat's her husband, right? Good night, guys.
Have a good night.
I can't. I lose track of who's who. I can't. I try.
If you popped in here and I missed you, hello. Thank y'all for being here tonight.
Yeah, there was someone new. Andy, maybe.
Andy, Andrew. Well, hello. Okay, so why don't we do this? Is there a time that me and you could be out at around the same time? Pick a time. We're kind of how we're lined up. We're kind of all like this in a line. You know what I'm saying? He's up here. Yeah. You're over here. LIB. I'm here. We're basically straight across from each other. Correct?
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
Is there a way that we can get out there around the same time? Pick an hour of the day. You get your readings, I'll get mine. Mr. Wonderful gets his. 3 different states, kind of in
Yeah,
line with
we
each
can
other.
actually do like if you want to, we can actually do a like video call together all at once if you want, and then do it all at the same time, and then like I can record the call, and then if you want you can post that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could send it to you, and you could post it if you want. You know, we could all kind of, so that way people kind of have the data like visually. You know.
Yeah.
But we could do the other way too if it doesn't coordinate us perfectly. But I'm pretty flexible, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Usually,
think try to get some readings all around the same day, 3 different states, kind of all across from each other.
I think we can. I think I can. I think I can work something out for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me know what equipment you need or what you got or what you have, what you're going to get. I
Yeah,
think
I'll
that would
definitely
help a lot.
help with that stuff. Oh,
I'm trying to picture where I should do it.
that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out because I don't know what places I can technically be at without like trespassing.
Well, I mean, even if you go to, a high activity area, one of your highest activity areas, I'll go to one of my highest activity areas and pop some readings up. We're all in the same time zone, 3 different
Yeah.
states.
Yeah, I'll do my best. I'll see if I can. I don't know, like
Would be nice if we can get like everybody. Bam.
that would.
One
Oh yeah.
reading.
Yeah,
No, you'd be surprised, bro. I got some projects behind the scenes where they're like, there's mass people doing the same experiments. Oh, like it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Um, and sometimes nothing happens. Like I'll just say, for one example, like let's play Native American music and see if orbs appear. Right, that'll be one, and we all do it, right? And like, I mean, all over the place. And we'll play 3 minutes of flutes, and then put 3 minutes of drums, and then flutes again, and then drums, and then like chanting, and then whatever, and then that's it, But we do all these different experiments, and like it's pretty amazing to see,
Right.
yeah,
But as far as that goes, like something T Max said earlier, it seems like the older women who have their kids with them, like that involve their children with them, they get pretty good results when it comes to certain shit. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we can get even Corky. Corky and who else was in here that does this? Bigfoot, Ohio Bigfoot. We can get Bob, some of the other guys out. Maybe
Baba Ganoush.
up in his area, see what kind of readings we get. See if it matters,
oh for sure.
time of day. If it doesn't matter a time of day, maybe you're getting a higher reading in your area, it doesn't move, a lot of questions. But I think that's the only way we're going to break this all down into something, and instead of just prints and screams.
Yeah, well, you have to formulate data, and then from that data, and it has to be over. Like for instance, somebody asked me once, "Hey, what do you think about Sasquatch in winter?" And I told them, "Hey, I don't know anything. I don't know what to say to you because I've only been doing this for a year or 2 years or whatever it was. Come back to me in 5 because I don't want to say with only 1 winter under my belt or 2 winters under my belt or whatever, because what if it, I don't know. I just don't know you.
And I was just looking through this, because I've got 3 winters in, and I was just looking at the numbers, and I'll tell you what, man, when I first started, I didn't have no equipment, and that's what really hurt me. Bam. You know, until I started accumulating equipment and thinking, okay, take readings. And you're right. Even a year worth of readings, 2 year worth of readings, you need about 5. That's
Yeah.
where I'm sitting at.
Yeah,
To
I
really,
mean, yeah, it's like, don't get me wrong. If you're looking for data and you're looking for evidence and you're trying to figure things out, that's definitely, the equipment is good. Like, see, I've steered the other way away from the equipment. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I always did in the beginning, but then I wanted, like, it was almost like I wanted it all, and then once I had it, I was like, well, this is it's good and all, but it's like it's more or less for me a pain in the ass. Like, having
yeah,
the SD card is where it comes into a problem for me, because I have all these SD cards and then I have to like take them and put them in a computer and do this and do that, and that's where I get lazy. I would shoot like crazy with different equipment, with the 360, with the night vision cameras, with the thermals, with everything. You know what I mean? If I had that drive to go and do it, which you do, which is cool. I love that. I know, right? Like, well, I was impressed when I saw that. Like, I was
yeah,
like, wow. Like, we all have our methods, but mine is not like that,
yeah,
bro. Cool.
yeah. And a lot of people's aren't, man. It's just, and who's really going to look at all that data except me? Somebody might sit down and be like, holy gosh, okay. Like, wow.
Yeah,
That'd be good for me.
I don't know. We can only lead by example, I suppose, right?
Right. Yeah.
Hopefully people will work together more in the future and
That's all I want.
pull things together. But I know, I hear it all the time. Like, people want this, people want that, and that, but nobody's willing to do what it takes. And
Yeah.
it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Frustrating.
I love getting out there and filming, but it's, like I said earlier, I want answers, man. This can't just be it. Let's find answers. There's got to be something to this, no matter if it's nothing, just like the hair. If it's pig hair, great. Then I know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like, I still
want
want
to be able to give answers.
I mean, I still want to get
could.
answers for the how that glow stick got there when we went.
Yeah. Like, it landed. Whee!
Yeah.
Like, how? From miles away.
Yeah.
Landed right to him.
And in my video, it just looks like it's just laying. It's just laying there the whole time.
Time and space, man. It doesn't apply to everything.
I'm telling you.
I know it.
and some people will never believe it, but we have video of it. And somebody will be like, I know there's people out there who be like, well, you guys did something. We didn't. We want the same answers. How did it happen? From miles away.
Yeah. I was gonna say
like
that.
You with your thing that dropped down through the.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I told you a few other examples too. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. And it's hard to do. It really is hard to do. But I got away from I just accepted the fact that I was not going to have any of the big picture questions answered right away, and that I was just going to go along for the journey and just say, hey, what do you want to give me today? And piece by piece by piece by piece, I get further and I get more, and it's just a lot of fun and enjoyable, and I contribute here and there, and we all do what we can. But I don't think, unfortunately, I don't really think you're gonna have a lot of these solid answers. Like, you get explanations, but for how it happened, but you know, you won't really have an answer to it all necessarily, and that's just a kept secret. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
Right. I get
There's
it.
a lot, there's a lot of avenues you have to go down. You know, and I have like if I have a solid answer right now, can I say that works for everything everywhere? No, I can't.
Nope.
No.
I can't because that would be ignorant because I don't know if what I just found out and what I'm dealing with is the same as the one next to it or next door or the state over or this, you know,
Right.
the country over. I just don't know.
Right. That's why
So
I'm saying, like, if we could work together, get a, you know, like you got a great network, and I'm glad to be part of that network.
yeah, it's a big
You know,
network.
it's a big network. Behind the scenes, people, you have not a clue what goes on. I mean, there's moving parts everywhere. There's moving
Everywhere.
parts.
Everywhere.
There's not just filming. There's these kind of talks when we're not videoing. There's on the phone at midnight with you. There's messages going back and forth and ideas and clues and this and that and researching and then
Sometimes,
filming.
yeah. I mean, I have a project on hold right now because this guy just went back to get his third degree in something that we need. You know what I mean? And then we'll pick it back up. Like that's just one thing, you know. But it's just
Yeah.
shit's going on, you know. Like
Yeah.
it's always going on.
Yeah.
If New York people can work together like that, it should be able to happen everywhere.
Yeah.
It should be able to happen everywhere because we're some of the most rugged individuals you'll find. At least that's what I hear. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I mean, last time, couple times I was out, I got a call from Corky. You know, I called Corky up. Hey, Corky. You know, we talked a little bit while I was standing in Forest. Weirdest thing that day, too. Standing there, I power on my phone, and here comes not one ranger, a cop driving through the forest. And I'm standing there like, what is, you know, like, Corky, I think I just set him off or something. They just kind of looked, you know, creeped by, you know, and left. But I was like, whoa, that's strange. Like they couldn't find me or something. It was the weirdest thing. But yeah, as soon as like I powered up and was talking to him, he's all like, "Yeah, right."
I could go on and on with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Especially the helicopters.
Yep. Yep. Corky says, "Hey, did you shine a laser pen on that clump of hair?" I did, and I shined it on it just a little bit ago. And when I hit it with the red light, it looked like it wasn't even there. And I'll put that little clip up for a short. Strange. Blue light shows up really bright. There's something with blue though. I don't know what it is. Blue don't burn.
The blue. So the blue is the closest thing you'll have to a UV light because I have a UV light and my UV flashlight and the blue lens almost do the same thing. Not exactly, but it picks up like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It picks up some things the same way.
Yeah. Yeah.
The UV will pull out the color, but the blue makes it like white almost. Makes everything like a lighter whiter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's almost like it wasn't even there in the other colors. I'd like to get an orange light. You know, everything takes money though.
Oh,
Everything like I want to see if they like I'm gonna have to get what you got. I'm gonna have to get that little piece of equipment you have. I have all the other pieces of equipment except something with magnetism in it that reads it.
Yeah, this ain't too expensive. I don't think.
I'm gonna have to get that.
Yeah. I don't remember how much. I didn't buy it, so I don't remember. But
Yeah. But if you anyone have any questions at all? Jeffrey, thank you. We appreciate you. I appreciate everybody. And if I missed you dropping in, hello, sorry. I had to let the dogs out. Ooh, let the dogs out. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I can't remember the last time I heard that song. Oh my goodness.
There you go. I just gave it to you. Appreciate you, Jeffrey. Appreciate y'all. Yeah. Also DNA and dirt near structures. Yeah. See, the problem is now that I know, you can't get a correct answer out of anybody that is, let's just say they own a business. Now, I'm not downing nobody when I gave the hair to this person to look at, and then they come back with horse hair. I mean, I understand your business is at risk. I might say something when I told you that I wouldn't. We know that's not horsehair. Horsehair don't do what that hair does. You know what I'm saying? Also, when I pulled those hairs out of the cone, well, I call it a cone. I don't know what you want to call it, but it seemed like a cone. I pulled them out, and that cone was white. It is dark brown now.
Huh.
Like the hairs were keeping it alive or something. But that cone that picture that I posted of that cone, I'll call it a cone. But I don't know what to call it. But I'm just calling it a cone because ice cream cone hair was sitting in it. Yeah, something like that.
yeah,
But it was white. It's brown now.
that happens to. That's weird.
Yeah, that's really weird.
That happens to like Indian pipe or ghost plant, or it has a million names, but it's clear, almost opaque, and as soon as you pluck that item or even break it off from its roots, it turns black. It starts turning black, or even if you touch it or anything, it starts turning black. It's weird.
Never heard of hair follicle or anything like that doing it. I never thought that it would turn brown when I pulled it out of the cone.
Yeah. Well, when you have a few, you can play with it like that.
Yeah.
I told you the one time I found that I don't know if I showed you the dark hair I have, the jet black hair I have, but it looked like what I came across looked like you know what a chow chow looks like that the amount of hair they have.
Yeah.
Like just for instance, it wasn't like chow chow hair, but just for instance, it looked like in the middle of the forest, 100 chow chows got shaved. Like, and that's just how much hair was in the middle of the bush, and it was this big clearing, and it was just like it looked like something walked in a circle, just just like molting or something. I don't know. Like,
Just, I mean, that kind of just reminds us of where we were at. We saw that tall, pale thing just walking around in circles, and then it vanished.
Yeah.
I don't know if this thing was about to die or what, or I don't know. All I found was the hair. That's it. But it was just weird in circles. I think I don't think I ever put that video out. I think I was gonna, and then I pulled it because it was just like it was kind of easy to figure out where I was, and I was at the time I wasn't really.
Yeah.
I just didn't know what was going on.
I got 3 videos like that.
Have you ever?
They're sitting up there, but I'm not releasing them because I don't. It will draw too much attention. I know.
Right. Yeah, right.
Have you ever just tried to leave a camera out like overnight?
Oh yeah.
That just rotates.
Oh yeah,
No.
yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to rotate it. I mean, it doesn't have to rotate. If you leave shit out there, they'll interact with it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not, you know, they're not going to come in and put their face in front of the lens and be like, you know, how you doing? But they interact with it, like, for sure. For sure. Now, if you put it out there, if you try to put a game camera out there and camouflage it and you know, you may as well go out there and show yourself and say I'm here and leave it and shit. Don't try to just, you know,
Yeah.
once that deceit starts to come into play, they start to that's equivalent to a trap. Now, what else is, you know, they're not stupid. They're not stupid. Like,
Right.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Oh, he says, I really loved how that hair sparkled in the sun. Yeah, absolutely. And it's like in the palm of my hand, it kind of looked like, you know, when the sun really hit it, it like disappeared. I don't know if anybody's seen the
Did we
pictures
lose
of
him?
it on the tree, how it kind of like blended in when it was on the tree and the sun hit it. It kind of like blended in with the tree. It's weird. It's just weird. And if it's easy to explain, if telling me it's horsehair is like telling me carrots are ice cream, you know, it's not horsehair. But if it's something explainable, you know,
but like
bird or something.
you weren't even on trail.
Right, and that's what I said. How's a horse going to get out there? Like,
People don't take their horses off trail. Like,
right,
if they do, it's not going to be in there. You know what I
right.
mean? Like,
They're not going down. I don't know, you know, they're not going down a 90-degree cliff with a 90-degree cliff going up the other side. I'm not doing it with the river that flows next to it. That's not happening. And when I tried to
No.
explain that, it was kind of like, I don't want to know no more. You know, I don't, that's it. It's horsehair. That's it. You know, like,
yeah. I mean, if you want to, I don't know. I mean, I will talk offline about that. If you really want to send it out, I got somebody you can send it to. But it's just
yeah,
not. I'll tell you right now, it's not worth it.
yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't, I just want to know what it's from. If it's not, you know, that's the
But
biggest thing. I can move
that's the
on.
thing. That's the thing. It's you're never gonna know if it's from something because
Right.
by the time it makes it to the far end of things,
Yeah, it's going to be, yeah. Oh, really do appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Sue, are you on Facebook page, Sue? I put all the pictures up there. If you go to the picture section on the Cameraman Facebook page, if you hit the picture section, you will see all the evidence. Or you just type in my name, you'll see all my posts. That should help you. Looking dark orbs and shadow people in my home or did not good. I did not good. Anyone else? Turn your internet, Tiffany. Ignore him. Leave.
Elena has shadow people in her house all the time, but she's dealt with it forever. So
Yep. Tell him to leave and don't come back and don't pay him no mind. Or you can reach out to me and I'll point you in a direction. There's people here you could talk to about it that could help you. There's people in chat. If you want to ask somebody to step up in chat and help you out a little bit more about that. Or if there's somebody in chat that can message Tiffany to help her out, that'd be awesome. Appreciate you. I don't want to do this to anybody, so.
Right. But there are times that you gotta be careful with that stuff because you can make it more mad if you try to interact with it.
Yeah.
Even if you're trying to do the way that you want to get, you're trying to get rid of it, and it's sitting and it's not working. It just makes it worse.
Yeah. I find when I'm out by myself and I start seeing a lot of them, especially when we went camping, there was a lot of them hanging out, and I caught that dark one. That is spooky stuff, I can tell you that. But I took this out of the equation and just left it alone, and I was all right.
Yeah.
So, you know, my brain was the biggest play in that. I don't know, you know, for everybody else, but Heather asked, what would you think if you went out into the woods and gifted blue marbles and found them on the side of your house? That one's for you.
It's almost like you know something. It's happened to me all the time. All the time. I specifically leave weird colored marbles and odd different ones because they pop up all over the place again. They return them. Sometimes they keep them. Sometimes I get different stuff back. But yeah, I've been doing the gifting back and forth since that's the first thing I did and continue to do consistently today. But I gave Jack a big blue marble because they wanted me to give him one that I had too. It's this big giant blue marble, and I had two identical ones, and they wanted me to give him one for safety and to carry with him, whatever. And yeah, there's one.
Yep. Keep it with me all the time. Don't leave home without me.
Like these are like an assortment of painted marbles too. Like, how do I show these?
Yeah.
Those are smaller ones, but they have wacky designs on them. Like this is like polka dots and shit. So when they turn back up, you know what I mean? If I hide this in the middle of the brush and it pops back up on my door handle on my car or inside my house or whatever, like, there's no way. So there's no other way. But I've had so much weird shit happen that I love it. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's almost like a game of hide and seek that you never win.
Right. Tiffany, when it was the hairs, there were 5 of them sitting in like a cone thing. I posted the picture of it. You'll have to go see. It would have had to been in the skin for sure. But that hair, I don't know how long the hair was sitting on the tree. It was stuck in sap. And that end, I've had that hair for a week longer. And when I pulled it out and took a picture of it and I sent it to the group and said, this was, attached to the hairs. Now it's brown. So that tells me I was either living or. So yeah, it had to be in the skin. I'm thinking it's a tube. It's weird. Tube. No. Yeah. That's the thing. What did we get? If we send them to somebody out of the circle, are we going to get the truth back? You know what I'm saying? That's what I worry about.
Even bro, I'm telling you, even still, even if you send it to somebody who, like, I could think of a few people right now that have, gave me this like sweet spiel about they want my hair that I have, and I chose not to do it because it just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just better off. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like it's better off in my hands than it is. Even one piece of it. I have plenty to go around, but even giving one piece of it, I feel like is not helpful. to them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I have all the stuff here. I just, I can stick it under a microscope. I learned that.
Well, Doug Hychek told me a ways back that soon enough we should be able to have home DNA tests, just like we have home drug tests and home. You can like ancestry and shit. You'll be able to do it yourself, and DNA and this and that. It should become over the counter affordable sooner than later. We're hoping within the next few years, but it's in the process of being done. Where is it going to get picked up? I don't know.
That will be great. That will be great. It's not, it's not worth sending anything out. I don't think, like to any of these big companies. We did that. I spent the $95 and did that, and it just wasn't worth it. We lost Mr. Wonderful. Jason, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, that was his. Maybe he had his TV on this whole time or something. I thought it was like an echo.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it was just something from him. It sounded like bubbles at times.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to speed down the OG.
Jason, what's up, buddy? He's like one of the biggest supporters on earth, that guy.
Yeah.
Everywhere, man. He's everywhere.
Yep. All right. I'm going to speed down here. Let's put it out there. Lungs ahead. All right. Well, wow. Please. I'll pray for fast healing for you. Gosh, sick, man. I hate being sick. Infinite. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tim. How you doing, buddy? All evil, certain types of marbles can repel evil spirits as well. Thought, let you know. Yeah, you're right. Sue says, no, they'll never give you the truth about the hair. Nah, they won't. Not the big names. They'll never do it. Like that other company was all like, hey, this is nothing. But if you find some, could you send some our way? Send some more our way? Like, no. You're telling me it's nothing, but then you want more. Quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But hey, LIB, thank you for being here tonight. Everybody, thank you. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And it's going to take us all, Like I said, it's going to take us all to put our heads together on this one. And then we'll run some tests. Like I was talking about, LIB. I think that would be.
Yeah, I'm down. Like I say all the time, like that's why I want to travel more, There's a lot I figured out here, but again, it just doesn't, there's answers there's questions that need answering everywhere and people everywhere. I like to travel around and see the differences, the similarities, and if we can get around and kind of help each other one way or another. It's so easy to do nowadays. You could say, you could.
Oh God, yeah.
It's just there's so many ways to do it where you can connect with people. So there's no reason to walk around beating your chest. I'm the best. Like, who gives a shit? Let's help each other.
Right. Let's figure this out. There's more than Bigfoot screams and prints.
Yeah, like I'll tell you right now, there's things I figured out that like some things that I will leave I'll take it to my grave because it's for that, for their
Absolutely.
protective purposes. But there are other things that I'm, willing to work on and do and, not expose, but put out there, because
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Hey, Bigfoot. On the land you're researching, does it have Native American and early settlement Bigfoot sightings there? Oh, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Native, a lot American native land, all of it around here. Basically all of Ohio. Fresh water. Fresh water, my friend. Thank you for being here. I can't. Bigfoot's in the house. We've been searching so long for you.
Well, we found them on Fortnite.
Yeah.
You guys can go on Fortnite and hunt for Bigfoot if you didn't know that. It's a new game.
It is, yeah.
Have at it.
All right, y'all. I
All right, my
appreciate you a
friend.
lot, Pete. Thank you for being here tonight. We'll
Yep.
talk more. And y'all got a video dropping tomorrow for y'all. It's going to be a double. So it'll be when me and Rapper were out and then when I was out today. Because of the battery situation, I don't know how much footage I got. I can tell you up to the point where I got the hair and then I switched over trying to fix that problem. And then I went live. So I was just getting out of there before I had no battery. And if something would happen, I went down in a hole, I needed battery, 40% battery, 6 miles back ain't a lot. So now T-Mac will tell you, we get back there. I'll get back there by myself. Bob.
Baba Ganoush.
Yes. I hope you're feeling better, Bob. Pray for you to get better, buddy.
Absolutely.
All
Oh,
right,
that
y'all.
Bobby Mason too.
Bobby Mason. All right. All right. With that said, I'm Jack the cameraman.
I'm the other guy.
Mike CLIB. Check him out. Go to his page. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Watch a couple of his videos. Very smart, intelligent guy. One thing we don't want to do is BS you all. What we see is what you see. And please, if you got any questions after the video or think of them, put it in the comments down below. We will get to them. I appreciate y'all. God bless. Good night.